all you mindful beauties, it's Mariah here, the creator of Mariah's Mind Designs. Check out my website for my newest designs. And if you're feeling loving today, why don't you share some of that love here by subscribing and liking this video, on Facebook by following me, Instagram, as well as TikTok. All right, why are we here today? Well, today we're going to talk about how you can care for your candles the same way you care for yourself. Now, I'm sure a lot of us know that we have to take care of ourselves in order to be the best quality us for ourselves and for others. However, did you know that you have to care for your candle in the same aspect? Follow along with me today to learn the best way to take care of your candles to have the longest lasting candle burn that you can have, time and time again. Let's get started. Okay, so there are 3 items that I believe you truly do need in order to properly take care of a candle. Now remember, these are just my suggestions. The first thing you're going to need, obviously, is a candle. The kind of candles I'm going to be talking about are the kinds that I create that have special embeds, gems, and other crystals and fun things inside. The second thing is a wood wick trimmer. You can use this trimmer for cotton wicks as well. And I know, hold on. I remember before I became a candle fanatic, I said to myself, I don't need one of these things. Well, was I wrong? Once I became a true candle lover, I realized how beneficial this thing was. The last thing that you truly do need in order to properly take care of your candle is a candle holder. I use a coaster. All right, now that you have the things that you need, we're gonna go over the 9 simple steps for properly caring for your candle. Once you memorize these 9 steps, you're gonna be a master of caring for your candle and one step closer to mastering your own self-care plan. Step number 1, always make sure to burn your candle on a flame-resistant base or holder. Step number 2, trim your wick. I cannot emphasize this enough. If you're working with cotton wicks, you want to trim about 1/4 of an inch. And if you're working with wood wicks, you can even go as low as 1/8 of an inch. Our candles' wicks need to be cut, just like our hair needs to be cut. I mean, typically, most people like to keep their self groomed. Could you imagine if candles actually did have hair? Anyway, step number 2 is keep your wicks cut. Did you know that your candle has memory just like you and me? The same way that we pick up on patterns as humans, our wax does the same thing. This leads us to step 3. Make sure you're burning your candle for 3 to 4 hours max at a time, and no less. If you continue to burn your candle for only about an hour or 2, your candle won't reach the glass surface, and it'll begin to tunnel and create the formation of what it knows. Step 4, always burn your candle in sight. You want to make sure that your candle is seen and taken care of. Step 5, make sure you're keeping your candle away from things that are flammable and from children. Think about it this way. The same way that we want to protect our children and the things that we love, we have to make sure we're protecting our candle. And you don't want your kids to get hurt because of something that you could have prevented. Keep your candles up and keep that wick cut. All right, step number 6, you have to trim your wick every time you go to burn it. So I guess that's kind of related to step number 2, but I can't emphasize it enough, which is why it's another step all in its own. Make sure you're trimming that wick. Step number 7, never burn your candle once it's at the 1/2 inch mark. You see this candle? I can continue to burn it. It has a pretty good burn pull too. It's doing really good. Anyway, about 1/2 inch is like that much. Once your candle gets to about 1/2 inch, stop right there. I know that we're using a base, but why would we want to push it? You have to know when to say goodbye to your candle, man. Step number 8, make sure you're keeping your candles away from drafty areas. I know it may sound weird, but just like we like to be warm, Our candles like to be warm and in a nice cozy environment as well. Drafts can create an uneven burn. Plus, if it's too drafty, that candle could tip over and maybe something could catch fire. I mean, let's try to avoid the flammables. Speaking of flammables, have you taken notice to these candles yet? I know, they're a little bit different than your normal candle. They have these embeds. That being said, number 9 is the last step in caring properly for our candles, the same way we have our own self-care. Number 9 is make sure you remove all of the embeds before lighting your candle. We would never want something to catch fire, and typically I don't add things that do catch fire, but I mean, come on. Why would you want to even risk having a candle that doesn't burn to your desire? Each one of the candles that I create, I consider art. This is an expression for me. I like you to be able to have a decorative piece in your home that creates a conversation. However, after you've looked at it long enough and said, hey, I no longer want this to be decoration, I now want this to be a burning candle, you gotta be able to properly take care of that. I hope this video inspires you to light the path towards your own unique self-care ritual. Or if you already have your own self-care ritual, I hope that these candles and these videos inspire you to continue to strengthen your own self-care. Was this video helpful? Let me know what you like in the comments below, or any suggestions you may have to make next Sunday's video even better. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate you always. Bye.